everybody, my name is Miss Kendall and I work at the Wayne County Public Library Children's Department, and welcome back to Crafting with Miss Kendall. Today we are going to be making our very own little night owl painting. So usually in the fall, sometimes you may hear or see owls at night, and so we are going to recreate that with a quick little craft. So to make these cute little fluffy looking owls, there are a couple supplies that you will need. The first thing you'll need is a black or dark colored paper. I'm just using black cardstock, so it looks like nighttime. You'll also need a part of a paper bag. I'm just using an old shopping bag I got from the grocery store. You'll need some black paper and also some scraps of colorful paper. You'll need a pom-pom and a clothespin. I'll show you what we're doing with that in a second. You'll also need scissors, a black marker, a pencil. You'll need a nickel and a quarter. And then you will need some white paint and, of course, some different types of glue that you'll want to use and a paper plate for your paint. You'll also need an adult with you just in case if you need some help. So the first thing that we're going to do is create the little brown tree branch you see at the bottom of the painting. So to do that, we're going to take our paper bag. I've gone ahead and cut a little strip off of the paper bag, and we're going to line it up with our black piece of paper, just about maybe like 2 inches thick up this way, and we're going to mark it for how tall it needs to be and where it needs to end. So basically we're going to cut a big rectangle out of our paper bag. So let's go ahead and do that. Very quick, and it doesn't need to be perfect because tree branches aren't perfect. There we go. And we're going to save this little scrap of a cardboard shopping bag, and now is the fun part with our rectangle. You get to crumple it up. So the more crumpled, the cooler it'll look when you glue it on your paper. So we're going to crumple it up just into a little ball, and then we're going to gently unravel it. So that's how we get it to look all crinkly, kind of like a tree branch. So the next thing that we're going to do is sort of smooth it out. And we're going to take our glue and we're going to glue our tree branch down. Okay, some of that old glue off of there. And we're going to glue that to the bottom part of our black paper. There we go. Let's do the other side now. Okay. So once as you do that, we are going to let it dry a little bit before we decorate our tree branch. But now we get to make the owls. So to make the owls, we're going to take our paper plate, and I'm going to put some of my white paint down. I'm using some finger paint, but you can use any kind of white paint that you have. Don't need a lot, just a little dot. And then we're not using a paintbrush to create our owls. We're using a pom-pom or a cotton ball, whatever you have lying around, and a clothespin. So we're going to clip the clothespin onto the pom-pom, just like that. And we're going to dip it into the white paint. And we're just going to start dabbing the black paint, or the white paint, onto the black paper. Just like that. So it's like we're using the pom-pom as a stamp to create our owls. So it should look something like that. You want it to kind of look fluffy, and it doesn't need to be perfect. The less perfect it looks, the cooler it's going to look. So you can make as many owls as you want. You can make them as big or as small as you want. I think we're going to make a little baby one here in the middle. Little baby owl. There we go. And then I think I'm going to make a really tall owl as my third one here. There we go. And you can make them as white or as opaque as you want them to, or you can make them look a little gray. You can make them look however you want. Okay. So that's what we do with our white paint and our pom-pom. So they should look something like this, or whatever size you want them to be, or however many you want. Okay, so while this dries, we are going to make the big eyes of our owl. So owls have really, really big eyes. And to get the perfect size, I'm using a quarter and a nickel. So with the quarter, we're going to take our extra scrap paper bag, and I'm just going to trace the quarter with a pencil. We're going to make a perfect circle with the quarter. Just like that. And then you're going to want to cut it out. Now, since I did 3 owls, and each owl has 2 eyes, that means I will need 6 of these little paper bag circles. So I've already gone ahead and done that and cut them out right here. So it should look something like this. And then to make the black part of our eyes, we're going to take some scrap black paper I have, and we're going to use the nickel. So the quarter is for the outside part of the eye, and the nickel is for the black inside of the eye. So for that, again, I'm going to make a little circle and trace the nickel with my pencil on the black paper. So it should look something like this, and you're going to want to cut it out. I've already gone ahead and done that. So to make the eye, I'm going to take the little black circle that I traced the nickel on. I'm going to take my glue stick and just glue that right on top of the brown paper bag that we traced with the quarter. So it should look something like this. It's going to look very big since owls have really big eyes. So I've already gone ahead and made my little eyeballs, so we can go ahead and glue them onto our owl. So let's get all of those. Use some of the liquid glue here. And I'm just going to put a dot of glue on the back and press it onto the little owls. And you can have your owl's eyes be as close together or as far apart as you want. You can make them look super duper unique since they're your owls. So I think this one I'm going to have the eyes a little farther apart. There we go. All right, last owl, last 2 eyes. Okay. So with their little eyeballs, or should I say big eyeballs, it should look something like this. Now, of course, our little owls need their beak. So to do that, I am using just a bunch of different colors of paper. You can make the beaks any color you want. And I'm going to cut a little triangle out of the paper. Let's see, I think I'll have one have an orange beak, and the other ones can have a yellow beak. There we go. Make another triangle here. And then we're going to glue our triangles onto our owls, and you want the triangle to face downward like this when you glue it on the owl. Let's go ahead and do that. There's one. There's 2 beaks. Last little orange beak. Alright, so it should look something like this. And the very last thing we're going to do, now that the tree branch is a little bit more dry, we can decorate it to make it look like an actual tree branch. So I'm going to take my black marker, and I'm not even pressing down. I'm going to drag it along the tree branch, just randomly, to create some little lines. And I'm going to make like a little circle here and there, so it looks like tree bark. There we go. And that is how you make your very own night owl painting. So again, you can use any color of background paper you want. You can use any color of beak that you want. You can even use any color of paint that you want to make your own owls. So you can do whatever you want to make your very own nighttime owl painting. So that's how you make this craft today, and I will see you guys next time.